Recently, I've been seeing more articles talking about the age of idols that are debuting. This is not a new topic. There has always been very young idols in the industry. However, I have to say there seems to be an uptake to this trend. The fourth generation has integrated young idols not only as an exception, but rather, it seems it has become a necessity. At the very least, it has become normalized by now. If we think about it, almost every group that has debuted in the recent years have at least one member that is not only a minor, but sometimes not even 15 years old. Is there a reason for this? Why there are so many young idols, and how does this affect the industry? And also, should this stop? Should there be an age limit in K-pop? It is understandable that in many countries there are rules that protect kids or teenagers from working. And it is also common to see many child actors and young artists. In the entertainment industry, it has always been accepted that there will be very young people working, no matter the rules or rights. And we all have known about the consequences of being famous at such a young age. But this is not the only problem. In a recent article, netizens commented about whether the K-pop industry should have an age limit. The netizen wrote, "It seems absurd that children who barely grew out of their childhood, who are in their midst to develop their ability to grow up in society, have to be in an extreme environment where people are judged only by their looks and wealth." And they also commented that children must be protected, and there should be a law prohibiting kids younger than 16 to work. But is there really no rules like this? In Korea, from the law standpoint, it has been established that K-pop idols' weekly working hours for children younger than 15 are not to exceed 35 hours, while minors aged 15 to 18 are limited to 40 hours. Also, they cannot work between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. unless their guardian give consent. If companies do not abide to these rules, they can be fined for up to $10,000 by the Culture Ministry. The only way there could be prison involved is if the underage talent is made to act mature scenes. We know that most of the K-pop agencies seem to be covering the law. Of course, we can't be totally sure, but we will assume that all of this is being followed. The situation here is if this is enough to protect the young idols. At the end of the day, this is only working hours, and probably all the training hours are not accounted for. The training does not only happen when they are trainees. The idols have to spend several hours a day practicing their choreographies. And even though I can't assert and be sure of it, I'm led to believe that most of the time those hours are not part of the working hours. It could be the same with acting classes or other music-related training that they need. This obviously leads to young idols having limited time for school, and when they are 15 years old or younger, that means that all their high school time will be given priority to their work rather than studies. To really know the effects of idols having a limited time for schooling, there will have to be some kind of a study, and we cannot affirm if this has affected their lives in the long run. The only thing we have are examples of idols that started young and did not make it or didn't have a long-lasting career. Many of them have started YouTube channels or other social media platforms, and even some have gone into idol videos after their time as idols. Of course, this is a generalization, but we can say that it won't be easy for idols that did not have a good basis in education. Another netizen from the article commented, "People might say they are doing what they like, so they made the choice of risking giving up on their normal daily life. But they are only teenagers. They haven't experienced life or anything to be given the responsibility of choosing their life. Also, they chose that life at such a young age that they don't know how to do anything other than that. So they basically burn down all other paths." In the article, netizens continue debating on the topic, stating that the schedule is too much for every idol, and being so young is bad. They should at least finish basic schooling, and there shouldn't be any middle schoolers in the industry. However, many of them as well agree that before, there were only a few teen members, 1 or 2 in the group, and everyone else was an adult. But nowadays it has become normal for all the members to be young. This takes us to wonder, why is this happening? The only other situation I can relate this trend to is to sports. In some sports like gymnastics and figure skating, it has become a norm to have very young athletes competing and winning at the top level. This happened because of their status as young athletes, with some less limitations to their bodies, allow them to perform better. In other words, they just have an advantage. It is understandable to think that something like that could be happening in K-pop. Young idols seem to be having an advantage, and that is why companies have decided to have more of them. What is this advantage or advantages? I can't pinpoint a particular one, but it can be that the audience relates the most to people of their own age. It can also be that young idols have more energy and perform better. It is also possible that they are easier to manage, as being teens they tend to be less confrontational and follow orders better. They may also demand less things or accept more easily what management gives them. Or then again, they could also be exploiting their image. It's no coincidence that I have been seeing more and more articles mentioning this. I have also talked about this in another video, so if you're interested, you can check it here. In this video, many of you, the viewers, have commented that there should be an age limit and all the other problems related to having such young idols working in the industry. These are just some of them. We can continue this discussion in the comment section down below. And tell me, do you think there should be an age limit to the debut of new idols? Should fans of K-pop talk more about this? Also, tell me which other topic you would like me to discuss. Hope you liked the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.